Hello everyone, this is Soundwave, a Diamond Zerg player playing for Team Second Win, and you're watching our YouTube channel. Okay, what I'm going to show you today is a game between me and a master player. It's going to be a ZvZ. Zerg, of course, being my main race, and what I find worthy about this game is that this guy he's a league above me, he's a master player, so his mechanics are presumably going to be much better than mine's. But I'm able to actually get a win in this game through just sheer smart play, so to say. And I wanted to show you guys this game because I think I made some decisions that really allowed me to win this game. And it's not going to be any sort of build order and shit. It's just about my overall game plan, what I wanted to show. So let's see here. Let's fast forward a bit. On the initial stages of the game, because there's nothing noteworthy here. He's gonna go for, I think it's a 14 pull into 15 edge. Well, you know, it's all the openings that are possible in ZvZ. Every opening is pretty much decent. Yeah, he's going for 15 pull into a 15 hatch. I'm going for hatch first, so slight advantage for me right here, but nothing really game changing or game ending. We're both grabbing our gases, so we're gonna have focus on me here, on the top. So let's see where the game starts. On the initial part of the game, I'm gonna choose not to be aggressive here, and I'm gonna be pretty much droning. He's gonna be super safe and get a spine and a bale in this, but he's gonna drone behind this as well. So drone count he's even ahead than me on drone, so he's got a pretty nice position on me and upon me, and he's going for an early layer, which is something that I don't see, and he even got one overload here and that got killed, so that was actually pretty bad by me. So we could safely say that he had a slight advantage, even though I have a slight advantage in my opening. He kind of had a little worker lead, so I'm gonna tell you that he's gonna go for Mutalisk here, and this is very obvious because of the fact that he's getting a really early layer, 6-minute layer, pretty much as fast as you can get it. I know that I'm playing the map a bit. I know that this map has a lot of different paths to go to your opponent's base. You can go through here, you can go through here. So it's a map that in which mobility is really important. So I'm actually gonna choose to do a build that I saw Cats do on his stream, which is really smart play against any Zerg player, but it works pretty good against Mutalisk. So I still don't know that he's going for Mutalisk. I haven't seen anything yet, other than his main base. So I'm gonna throw down a spine, of course for defense, and I'm gonna throw down a really early Evo chamber. This Evo chamber is gonna research +1 carapace. So that means that in every link bane fight, I'm gonna have an advantage because of the fact that my links do not die to one baneling hit. They take 2 baneling hits to be killed, and that's a huge difference actually. So we're both like droning and playing safe and shit, and I'm gonna start to be aggressive now, because I know that I've got links coming. So this is really key as well. I'm gonna take a relatively early third base. It's pretty much the same time as his base, but he's being extremely greedy here. When you go for Mutalisk, usually what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a 6-minute layer into a spire as soon as the layer is done, and then you go for a third base as soon as you start the spire. This guy is being overly greedy, maybe because he's too confident on his mechanics, and he trusts that he's going to be able to beat a diamond player in terms of defense. He's going to be able to defend against any possible aggression, so he goes for the third base first, and then then the spire, which is really good for him actually. If he's able to defend that, then he's going to be in a very nice position. So the strategy that I'm doing is all about getting this really early Evo chamber and really early third base. And why do we get this third base? Okay, let's analyze quickly the builds that our Zerg opponent can go for. If he goes Mutalisk, as I said, his layer starts at 6 minutes. He's probably done at around 7 minutes. So he's gonna grab a spire here. The earliest he can possibly grab that spire is around 7 and 10, 7 and 20, which is gonna do that right now. So the spire is gonna be done around 8 minutes or 8 minutes and a bit more, or 8 minutes and a half, and he's gonna have Mutalisk out at around 9 minutes. Like 8:30 is the earliest a Mutalisk will be out. So if I start my base here, you can see here on the hatchery building time is 80 seconds, a bit less than 80 seconds from done here. So my third base is going to be done way before 8 minutes, which is going to allow me to position my spores here. So if he goes Mutalisk, his basic goal is to deny my third for as long as possible to be able to grab an advantage, because if not, Mutalisk are not that effective. If you're on equal basis than your opponent, Roach Hydra is actually stronger than Mutalisk. So what we're going to do is grab a really early third base, pretty much after our Evo chamber and our +1 carapace starts. You're going to grab that third base. Pretty much around 7 minutes or even 6:30. You can even start this base a bit earlier. So his Mutalisk are not going to be able to be out in time to deny this third base. So I'm going to get it up if he goes Mutalisk. If he doesn't go Mutalisk and he goes for a Roach Link pressure, then you've got roaches are pretty much not going to pop out until around 8 minutes, in which case your +1 carapace will be done. So with a ton of links that you're going to be creating with +1 carapace, you're going to be able to dodge those baleen hits, and you can exploit your mobility so that he cannot really pressure into you with just unupgraded links and roaches. And you're gonna be able to grab a roach warren pretty much as soon as you see any roach move out on the map here, or just do a little bit of scouting, and you're gonna be able to see if roaches are coming. So you're gonna be safe against roach link pressure, because you're gonna be able to build more links. You're gonna have more production, and your links are gonna be upgraded to +1 carapace, which is gonna make a really big difference. So yeah, basically that's all the things he can really do. It's either Mutalisk or roaches, and in case he decides to go roaches, he may go for roach pressure, or he may just sit back and take his third or whatever. But this build allows you to be safe pretty much against everything, and that's really gonna be a key, because my base, we're gonna see that it's gonna be up before the Mutalisk. So I see that his third base is pretty early. I've already seen that third base, so I'm gonna try to pressure that. My +1 carapace is not done yet, so basically right now I'm gonna build tons of links right now. Why? Because I've got 2 bases pretty much fully saturated. I don't really need any more gases right now, because I've only gotten +1 carapace, but I'm not building anything else that's really gas intensive. So these gases are really not necessary for me, so I'm fully saturated with minerals. So now I'm just gonna get links and links and links to try and pressure that third base, because I know that such an early third base can be indicative of either sitting back on roaches or just Mutalisk. So in any case, denying that third base would be pretty huge for me. So I'm just gonna build more and more links, and once my +1 carapace is approaching to the time that it's gonna be done, then I'm just gonna start pressuring non-stop this base. I'm gonna try little cute run-bys through here, still not wanting to engage those banelings here. A little bit of micro wars, and I'm gonna walk my links into here. You can see what's up, and I got my own. So we're gonna lower down the game volume a bit. Okay. We're gonna march our own banelings right here, and we're gonna see that the fight's pretty much gonna go on our terms, because our +1 carapace is gonna make a huge difference. So I zone out his links with my banelings here, positioning my banelings here. Even if he decides to get cute and micro and just sacrifice 1 link into each baneling, it's gonna take a while before he can actually move through this choke and prevent me from taking down his third. So with really cute positioning, I got a nice baneling hit here, another nice baneling hit. His mutas are out, but his base is gonna be done. And meanwhile, I see the Mutalisk, and back at home I should be building spores as soon as possible. I get a bit unlucky here, and you're gonna see why. So I started my spores here, 1 spore per base. This space, I do not really trust this entrance, so I place 2 spores here, and just generally now I'm gonna play a game of position here, and I'm gonna attack whether mutas are not. So he came right through the middle of the map with his mutas, so I'm just gonna go this way with my links, this path, this little area right here. So I'm gonna just circumvent his mutalisk and go for more pressure. I know that he's gonna be rebuilding his third, because third base is crucial with mutalisk. And he lets me pretty squat block and shit, but that's not really that important. And due to my +1 carapace, his mutas are gonna take a while to kill my links, and he doesn't even get the cancel here. This is very good for me. And he's even sacrificing some mutalisk. This is a bit of a fail in terms of positioning my sports here. So yeah, I'm not gonna walk into his base, hold position here with some with the drones, and while the mutalisk try to pressure my base, then I'm just gonna accept the fact that I'm not gonna be able to stop his mutalisk at my base, and then I'm just gonna go for his fire, go for his buildings, go for his drones, go for whatever I can kill. And actually I find that I've killed 13 workers, which is completely worth it. Killed some more drones. And in general leave the Spire really low on health. So he's got a decent saturation here, but he's lost a lot of drones. He's kind of retaking his third. Meanwhile, what I did, as I saw that he was going mutalisk, and I've got two options here. I could either switch into roaches, which is something that I'm preparing here, the switch into roaches, or just continue with my upgraded links, going through this side paths here to continue counterattacking. As soon as I see the mutalisk close to my base, I just counterattack to his base. So that way I force his mutalisk to be back home. So what I decided to do is go for link upgrades, +1 melee, and of course +1 missile attack, preparing my switch to Roach Hydra with a decent advantage. And of course gonna try and saturate my third base, because I'm not getting that saturated, and he's getting actually a pretty noteworthy amount of mutalisk here. So again, I wait here, prepared for the counterattack, and as soon as I see the mutalisk on the Shelnaga tower, I know that his mutalisk are not in a good position to stop this, and I'm just gonna go counterattack. And even though he's bailing pops on my links, he's just not able to prevent me from getting this. And this is really a fail on my part, because I don't position my sports to deal with this. But you know, this can happen. This is just bad luck by me and bad positioning. So he's able to take this third base down, which is pretty huge. But it doesn't really matter, because I've denied his third again. So he's a mutalisk player on 2 bases. That's never a good thing, actually. And I'm already preparing my switch to Roach Hydra here. My Roach Warren is completed. My upgrades are looking nice. I'm researching +2 carapace, because that's going to be useful both for roaches and for links. And again, he's not going to sit back trying to protect his third base. He knows that he's done damage, so he's being pretty smart about this. Still in the drone count, we see that he's kind of catching up. Still not caught up though, not caught up. So I'm just gonna split my links and try to do any damage here. Try force him to waste some bailings on my links, and just trying to look for a way to counterattack. And I can basically just make endless amounts of links here, because there's nothing he can really do to stop me from doing that, and there's nothing he can really do to stop me from taking this base. And all in all, I really have unlimited minerals right now. It gets some good detonations, but again, it just doesn't matter. I've got too many links. His mutalisk are not upgraded enough. My links are +1/+1, so they take stuff out really fast. So I'm just gonna snipe this third again, and my work is done. And the only thing that I've lost is just links, which I can remake then basically for free. Right now, I could decide to switch into roaches, although I decide that I don't really want to commit into a middle of the map push with Roach Hydra, which is what would happen if I went for Roach Hydra composition. So instead of that, I decided to continue building links to be able to counterattack, and then start pulling up some Hydras. So instead of Roach Hydra, I'm going for actually Hydra Link, which it's not that good of a composition if you think about it. but because it's really vulnerable to banelings. But as my links are really upgraded, and I do not really want to lose the mobility factor, the mobility advantage, it's not that bad, especially considering that my opponent is one base below me, because I've been successfully able to deny his third base for so long now. So the game is basically pretty much over right now. I can do whatever I want. So I decided to go for this Link Hydra style with heavy upgrades, heavy investing on upgrades, and just play it smart from here. Build some banelings to maybe trade against his banelings, and just play it smart because I know that I've got a base advantage and I'm gonna be able to build an army that's gonna be enough to deal with him. So he's getting actually a lot of Mutalisk. Let's see here. He's actually got 27 Mutalisk, which is it's a decent amount of Mutalisk. So again, I just go around the side. I find that he's got his banelings and Mutalisk composition. He's sitting back, so I go back. Hydra's at home. So just counterattack with links. Gonna start sniping some overloads. I show him the Hydras right now. And this is a really cool move as well, what's gonna happen right now. So he's gonna come with a lot of Mutalisk, and of course I don't have enough Hydras to deal with him, but what do I decide to do? Back up to my Spore and engage. And even even away from the Spore, I just engage. Why do I do this? Because I've got a lot of resources, and those Hydras are not really what I need to deal with his lanes and banes. I just want to reduce the Mutalisk count. I just want to trade with him, because his economy is not great, so he's not going to be able to endlessly remake those Hydras, and it's not really that bad for me to trade those Hydras, because as soon as I've traded those Hydras and I'm running low on Vespene gas, I just saturate the gas at my third, which I hadn't been mining until just now, and things are great again. So it's just trading, never letting him get that mutable up, because I just trade Hydras with him, and just get into every gas geyser I can. And now I got 21 Hydras against 22 Mutalisks. That's a fight that my Hydras will win, especially considering they're pretty well upgraded. You see, his +1 is just researching he's just finishing research for his Mutalisk, so he's +1/+2. Which is not bad, but my Hydras are +2/+1. So upgrades, we could say we're equal. And now we're gonna start trading with him. Those banelings, I get really fucking good connections, and I'm just gonna start reinforcing. And he's just not gonna be able. And while he deals with my Hydras here, I'm just gonna kill his base again, and try to ram some little squads here, and get his base again. Once I get his base, this is obviously a good game. Game's over, and I just reinforce with more and more links. Try to get some drones. Every Mutalisk is dead now, and he's just really sad right now because he's not living the game, but it's pretty obvious that he's lost. And he's trying to switch into roaches here, but it's just way too late here. Roaches are unupgraded completely. My Hydras are just gonna decimate those roaches, and if they don't, links are gonna do the job. But he doesn't have a third base. He pretty much is not mining anymore, and he just leaves the game. I had another base here, which I was securing already. So there you go. This is really an example of a game that I was playing against a player who was actually more skilled than I was, because he was a Master League opponent and I was a Diamond player. But I still threw a really solid build of it with that Cats build. Of course, I didn't do the build as good as I could have. If you want to see a perfect build, then just go to Cat's stream. He streams pretty often, and he probably does the build. I've seen him do the build pretty much every ZvZ he gets. He does this build with a really early Evo chamber and upgrade +1 carapace. And with +1 carapace, then he scouts with his links. He sees what his opponent is going for, and he counters that. If he sees that his opponent is going roaches, then he switches into roaches with a +1 carapace advantage already. If he sees his opponent going for Mutalisk, like this guy did, then he goes for the same thing that I'm doing this game. He just goes for counterattacks, endless counterattacks, trying to deny this third base, and eventually just dry his opponent out of resources. So yeah, I really like the cats build here, and of course, not only the build, but the really cute smart plays that I did do this game with really careful positioning and really cool really cool engagements as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this little game, and of course check out our channel, our YouTube channel, Second Wind StarCraft. Check our website, www.secondwindstarcraft.com. If you want a clan war against us, you can ask for a friendly clan war on our web. We actually have pretty good players. We also compete in SC2 Improve League and SC2 CL League, and we stream. Pretty much every member streams quite often, actually. So be sure to follow us on Twitter at SecondWindSC. And of course follow me on Twitter at ZvZ.Soundwave. I'll be sure to leave a link on the description. And of course, thanks for watching. Bye.